Trump says, "Sit down, boy." Obama's calm reply stuns nation, sparks conversation on leadership, and respect Penix, AZ. What was meant to be a forum on race and leadership turned into a defining moment in American political discourse, when former President Barack Obama and current President Donald Trump faced off at the Phoenix Convention Center. The exchange, broadcast live to millions, began with a remark that reverberated across the nation. Trump leaned toward the microphone, eyes narrowed, and said, "Sit down, boy." The words ripped through the audience like a shockwave. Gasps, murmurs, and stunned silence filled the hall. CNN, Fox News, and every major outlet captured the moment, but no one anticipated what would follow. While Trump smirked, seemingly pleased with the disruption, Obama remained calm. He did not flinch, shout, or lunge. Instead, he straightened his jacket, adjusted his tie, and let the silence speak. For nearly 10 seconds, the room held its collective breath. Some whispered anxiously, others recorded the scene on their phones. The moderator, Professor Harold Stokes of Arizona State University, shifted nervously, witnessing a slow-motion clash of political and cultural weight. Meanwhile, the contrast between Trump's visible irritation and Obama's measured composure could not have been starker. When Obama finally spoke, his words carried authority without raising his voice. "Respect is never handed out like a trophy. It's earned by the way you treat people, by the example you set when no one is looking, and most of all, by the way you listen." The crowd erupted in applause, a mix of cheering, standing ovations, and emotional responses. Phones shot into the air, capturing the moment that would quickly spread across social media. Hashtags such as #SitDownBoy and #StandUpWithMe trended nationally within hours, sparking debates from classrooms to coffee shops. Trump attempted to reclaim the narrative, asserting his authority and dismissing criticism. But Obama's calm demeanor had already shifted the room's energy, commanding attention without confrontation. Every measured movement, from adjusting his tie to leaning slightly toward the microphone, underscored a broader message about leadership, dignity, and respect. Across the nation, reactions poured in. In Detroit, Reverend Harold Gaines described the moment from his pulpit as history speaking. In Columbus, Ohio, factory workers debated the exchange during their lunch breaks, remarking on Obama's composure. Students at the University of Michigan organized an impromptu rally on the Quad, chanting, "Stand up with me," echoing Obama's closing words. Even in rural Montana, voters acknowledged the impact of the exchange, regardless of political affiliation. Meanwhile, political analysts, journalists, and lawmakers dissected the confrontation. Snap polls revealed that 62% of Americans, including 35% of Republicans, believed Obama had handled himself with more dignity than Trump. Capitol Hill, Democrats seized the moment to frame it as a moral test, while Republicans scrambled to manage the fallout. Conservative commentators criticized Obama's heroization, yet even their critiques amplified the reach of the exchange. The cultural ripple extended into classrooms, churches, and households. Teachers projected the video for students, sparking discussions about leadership and the power of words. Parents explained the historical weight behind the word boy, and used Obama's response to teach lessons on composure and character. Middle school students in California turned the phrase, "Stand up with me," into banners, while healthcare professionals in St. Louis reflected on leadership in the context of service to others. By week's end, the forum's impact transcended politics. From barbershops to living rooms, ordinary Americans were discussing the meaning of leadership, dignity, and respect. Essays by fifth graders in Phoenix echoed the sentiment, "Leaders don't make people feel small, they make people feel tall." Obama's response, strategic, patient, and powerful, demonstrated that true leadership is not about volume or domination, but about integrity, respect, and the example set for future generations. Trump's outburst, on the other hand, sparked controversy, debate, and social media frenzy. The forum in Phoenix, originally intended to promote dialogue, had become a cultural and political flashpoint, shaping the national conversation on how leaders should conduct themselves and inspiring Americans to reconsider what respect and leadership truly mean. In the end, the story was no longer just about a clash between two presidents. It had become a mirror reflecting the nation itself, divided yet captivated, debating not just politics, but character, composure, and the lessons we pass on to the next generation.